on your talk. I want to welcome everybody to our podcast. Uh, Thanks for being here today. It's 10 o'clock Central Time. We have this every Thursday at 10 o'clock. The Compound Stock Earnings podcast. I can't even talk today. Uh, so far, we've got Micah here. I think Tony will be here a little later, and Keith should be signing up, myself, and we have Micah's on there. And go to our website, .com, check out the website. You can learn all kinds of things that we do, what we charge for seminars and free seminars, and you can see emails from all our clients asking these gentlemen questions and telling how they're doing and how they're not doing, and just all kinds of information on the Cal Report. It goes out every Friday. It'll go out tomorrow. It's dated on a Saturday. It's been around for over 20 years, and you can really learn a lot about compound stock earnings. We have a number of techniques that we've been developing over years. Randy, even though he doesn't look it, I know he looks like a kid, like a Micah, but he's been with us, over 10 years, 11, 12 years, something like that. And Keith's been with us 7 or 8, 9 years. Tony, actually, Micah's been with us a long time. And 5 or 6 years, Micah, something like that, I think.
Yeah, it was 6 years, 5.5.
I don't have any new earth shaking things this morning other than India's running out of water. I found out this morning. So that's not good. A lot of people over there. But Randy, why don't you get started? Kind of tell us what's going on in your world over there with the more traditional covered calls and momentum trades and so on and so forth.
Well, thanks, Joe. Yep. I have been, 2006 to now 13 years. So I've been around the compound stock earnings for 13 years. So that's why it's now gray. It did used to be gray when I first started. So, but anyway, yeah, at least I still have some. Huh?
There you go.
But covered calls and advanced charting. Advanced charting actually helps support covered calls and all the other techniques. Advanced charting is a proprietary charting package developed by Compound Stock Earnings. It takes about 21 technical indicators and kind of rolls them all up into one set of screen. And we teach you how to pretty simply go through and analyze that chart, looking for certain chart patterns. And when they're all set up, identifying a new cycle beginning. That's what we call the beginning of the momentum. And then we enter an option and wait for a little bit and sell it for a profit. If it doesn't happen to go up, as the chart is indicating, we have management techniques, we call them, to allow us to generate income on those positions while we're waiting for them to come back up. And they're all on good, solid quality companies, so they're probably not going to go out of business. This week, of course, has been great for momentum trading because of the huge increase so far today. Although I think the Dow was up over 250 or something at one time. It's still up 180. So the market is doing well for covered calls as well as momentum trading. And covered calls are simply buying a stock and selling a call against it. And so again, we choose solid quality companies to enter, and we enter at the low part of the chart, looking for a rising cycle, and then sell in the money calls against them, which is different than the average person out in the market uses covered calls for. We sell an in the money covered call at a profit so that you can generate income with the intention of being called out at the end of the period, either on a weekly basis now that there's weekly options, or a monthly basis for those stocks that only have monthly options. So it's used for income generation, not speculation, which is how the market looks at positions. We look at it for income generation and return of capital at the end of each of the time periods, which is either 1 week or 1 month. Now, yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, all that's changed so much over the years. A long time ago, back in the caveman days, when we did these things, Randy, when he came in, we were trying to make what was it, 3% a month?
Yeah,
Like
3 to 5% a month, right?
And back in the old days, with the trading screens you had, the commissions you had, all of that stuff, we were trying to make 3% and compound it, which was huge. If you compounded, we'd always say $10,000 over the course of 10 years, it's going to grow into $3.5 million. We haven't really changed the concept. The concept is buy stock and rent it, just like real estate. Buy a piece of property and rent it. If you buy a piece of property and you don't rent it, you're really not real smart. If you buy a stock and you don't rent it when you've got the ability to rent it, with absolutely no risk, then you're not very smart. Lots of people have big portfolios and they're totally dependent upon appreciation and maybe some dividends to have money to live on. And if they just rented their stock, and people that have dividend stocks, we have one program Randy runs. You have a stock, just selling out of the money, covered call every month. Nothing can happen except you have additional money besides your dividends and any appreciation you get. Nothing can possibly go wrong. And but now he's making 5% a week and more on these positions that we used to try to get 3% a month of. Huge difference, and all that's technology plus a lot of creative, stuff on his part, with the techniques and stuff. So it's pretty exciting. And see, we have Keith just came in. He's been awful quiet there, so he must be in trouble about something. Keith, what's wrong? Nothing.
Nothing. I was just a little late getting on today.
Okay. Everything.
Now
Okay?
we know you can't be blaming that on being snowed in now.
That's right.
That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
What's going on in your world up there?
Oh, doing the weekly credit spread service, and we did a trade earlier this week, and just didn't move much earlier in the week, so we ended up closing it for break even, which is fine. On these shorter term trades, though, I don't like holding them overnight, so there's no way I was going to hold that overnight. And then yesterday, pretty much the market was flat yesterday, so didn't want to do much on the one symbol that I trade on that. So I waited on that, and then naturally this morning it shot up like crazy. So waiting for the charts to reset, but I've been going over on the webinar that I teach on Tuesday the last few weeks, the descriptions of the rules of this new shorter CSM technique, and it's more or less a refinement of what I presented at the roundup. I think that's about 6 years ago now. So anyway, doing well.
Well, evidently you're doing real well in those seminars that you do, doing real well, because we got a number of emails to be in the Cow Report this weekend. People written in saying, hey, you've really changed their life and clarified a lot of stuff with that seminar. And I think you got a video too that kind of explains your service and what you're up to. But yeah, that's good. We have something here for everybody. We have Micah and Tony that do the what we call micro moment trading, where they're only in for seconds and a few minutes maybe, and then out, never in overnight, just like many of Randy's trades. There's momentum trades are not overnight, but they're a little longer than the micro trades. So there's something here for everybody. And if you go to our website, compoundstockearnings.com, and check out everything, you can get all kinds of information. You can sign up for the Cow Report, which is totally free, and you see what these guys are doing. You see multiple emails every week from clients. You see their responses and such. So it's really an important thing to check out, and gives you the schedules. We have a 2-day covered call seminar coming up the last 2 days of this month. I'll be conducting that. I'll be doing it for Puerto Rico, and of course I'll be doing it totally in Spanish. And I have one of those people that will translate, and hold up signs like that. Since my Spanish is not tremendously good, but no, I'm just kidding. Seriously, it will not be in Spanish; it'll be in English. But that's the last 2 days of this month, and that's not this weekend, but the next weekend. So. But it's just amazing to read the emails. Oh, if you want to call in too, let me get the number here. If you want to call in today, I think I got the number here. Yeah, I call 214-377-1108. 214-377-1108. You can call in and ask these gentlemen any questions you want to ask, make any comments you want to make. And Marcus, the engineer, is here. He's usually doesn't say much. although he's also has a band. Marcus has a band, and I've heard their music, and they're absolutely fantastic. Marcus, just as free publicity shots that you're coming in here, you're taking time, you're running this stuff. Where are they going to be playing? Where are they going to be playing next?
See, we are playing on July 5th at Lava Cantina, which is in, I guess it's the Colony in Dallas. It's a really nice venue.
Okay, great. Are you a singer? You're a piano player, I think, right?
I'm one of the lead singers, but we do on the 5th, we're doing our REM tribute band, and in that one, I just do harmonies.
I think we also have a new job here for Micah, because he, the first time I met him in person, it was on a cruise down through the Caribbean that we did, company cruise, and he actually sang on the ship and won a karaoke contest. So were you there, Randy? Were you on that at the same time?
Oh yeah. But I didn't participate in the karaoke. You wouldn't want to hear that. But Micah did a great job representing the compound soccer in the group and ran away with that win in it.
Time Tony's around town or you're out there, we'll have to get you together and let him audition and see if maybe he can get in your band. You know. So no comment from Marcus. You notice that? There's Tony. Hey Tony, how you doing?
Yeah, you guys are crazy. How's it going, Tom?
Glad you were. Your sidekick here made a couple of trades. You left 1.2%, 10.7.
Nice.
Nice. Maybe for this afternoon.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I'm gonna hop on after this, and that's really good.
That's good. That's great. Yeah, Keith. I thought, what do you think your annual, monthly return, whatever you got, convenient? You can tell us. What are they running?
I'm gonna have to go back and look at that, Joe, but I would guess it's probably up around 60 to 75% or something for the year, maybe.
There you go. Totally different trade than these other gentlemen. Totally different. So if you've got Randy and Tony's trades are fast, and Randy, Tony, and Micah's trades are real fast. Last only seconds and minutes. Randy's trades a little slower, but much more volume of trades. In traditional covered calls, you got stocks you already own. You can start renting those stocks, and he sends out incredible and has incredible seminars too. So they're all good, and there's something there for everybody. Something for everybody. So, and Tony is you just will not believe what their operation's doing for the week. I can add it now 11.9. They're up 211 plus 11.9, so 222% for the week. And almost 950% or so for the last 7 months. It being ended tomorrow, assuming they do something tomorrow.
7 weeks.
Yeah, weeks. Yeah, 7 weeks. I said months. I meant weeks. So it's incredible stuff. But a lot of stuff going on. And do anybody have a comment there about anything? No comments? Mike, are you going to sing a song for us or talk?
No, I'll get on the same side. No, it's been really great. I mean, the market's been really nice and volatile. I think there's a potential of getting a little spoiled with how volatile the market is, and then when it settles down, we're going to be, looking for trades and a little sad that they're not coming. But take advantage of it while you can. That's pretty much the whole concept of the stock market. It's just about timing. So yeah, we're going to just enjoy this while we can and get it as high as we can on our returns. And
we have a new video that if you get any of our stuff, it's got the video linked to it, YouTube, of one of their typical sessions, and it's you'd really learn a lot by watching it. Also, if you don't have the link in front of you, you can not Google it. Hey, Marcus, how can they get to that video now, public?
Well, let's see. Let me I can tell you the name of it's called CSE. If you put in CSE Micro Moment Trade, then you'll probably find it because that's the title of the video.
Okay. And it just went public today. So we've been putting it out, but just as a link. Anybody that got the link could watch it. Now, anybody that just wants to Google that and or Google it, put in that address, whatever, you can get onto it. So, but well, pretty quiet day. Other than that, you guys, everybody's so quiet. It's only 10:15.
Well, Joe, you know, Keith kind of mentioned, oh, excuse me for a second. Okay. Keith kind of mentioned a little bit about what we call the platinum services, which all of us teach one or more of the platinum services, which is weekly live coaching webinars live in the market where we teach these various techniques. We look for and construct the positions right there live during the market so that you can see real time exactly how these processes work. Those are weekly teaching sessions and they're recorded as we're doing them so you can watch them later on as many times as you want. But it provides the opportunity for you to continually learn. For those that want to learn at a more accelerated pace, not fast pace as far as you can't keep up, but at a weekly coaching pace as opposed to every couple months of attending the seminars. We have those services available. So it's a fantastic way to really learn the techniques quickly and then to be able to follow along as we are actually implementing positions in our own accounts.
Okay, that's great. I think that any one of you guys, I mean, what you're doing right now to help these people and education of our clients is just absolutely tremendous, and that's why we've been so long. That's why we have so many clients, is because the clients make money, and there's something for everybody there. Check out our website again, compoundstockearnings.com. Sign up for the Cow Report. It's free, and it's been published a long time. And you'll see letters, all the emails that these gentlemen get, and what responses and everything, and what when they're on. And I know Tony and Mike are on every morning when the market opens, and they have a couple of sessions a day, and they'll take a break and come back. But it's really, really interesting. Some Keith up there with his programs that he's pretty well developed and refined down to where people can actually do them and actually consistently make money. And our whole key is to consistently make money and compound that money. And it's just incredible. You know, in fact, compounding is so powerful that we can't really talk about it a whole lot, because if for instance, on any of these gentlemen's things, you know, a long time ago, we used to say 3% a month. You had $10,000, 3% a month. For 10 years, you had $3.5 million. Just forget 3% a month. None of these techniques now probably get less than 5 or 6% a week at least. If you put in 10,000, 5% a week, your compound calculator isn't even going to be able to figure it for you. It's going to be too much. So a good example of what I'm talking about. A young lady I had lunch with yesterday who did their very first. She did her very first micro moment trade and made 3%. And I pointed out to her, she only invested $600. I said, you know, if you never put in another penny, you know, other than that $600 that you originally put in, and if you get just 5% a week, and she's following the service where they're getting hundreds of percent a week, I said, if you just get 5% a week, in 2 years you're going to have $88,000 from $500 something. Her initial contracts were like 5 or 6 contracts, 600 shares, 6 contracts. And so that's the example. That's the power of compounding. And people just don't understand the power of compounding. And I guess, you know, again, we're very non-political. Now, the Democrat and the Republican here, but I gotta invoke one thing that Trump says all the time. It's going to be so good, you're not going to be able to stand it. It's just going to be so good, you're not going to be able to stand it. And that's how it is with compounding. So it's always interesting. So,
yeah, Joe, you know, that's another thing about one of these techniques is going to be good for you that you're going to sort of gravitate to, but there's no excuse not to learn these and try it with virtual money. You don't have to even put real money while you're learning it. And it just, it's just a no-brainer to try to take a hold of your old finances and do your investments.
Yeah, and and Randy can attest this, and so can you, Keith. Years ago when y'all started, the virtual trading platforms were not as refined as they are today, and in some cases they didn't exist. We used to tell everybody, take maybe 10% of your available cash you plan on investing and only use that 10% and learn the technique. And now they don't have to do that. The virtual trading techniques are live. I mean, they have real time quotes, and it's just like, if you're never able to do it virtually, you're never going to be able to do it with real money either. So you might as well just quit. But if you can do it with virtually, and anybody can do it with virtually if they persevere, then they know exactly, and they're not taking much risk at all because they know exactly what they can do, what their capabilities are. Didn't used to exist. That's what I'm saying. Keep saying there's so many things that exist now that didn't exist back in the olden days. It's really really interesting. In fact, and I think I talked about this either not last time because I wasn't here, but back when I was at Merrill Lynch on options, there was one person in the stuff. I was in Merrill Lynch in Miami. There was one person in the state of Florida, one Merrill Lynch person that was authorized from Merrill Lynch out of New York to do options. One person, only one person could do options. And now look what it is now. And so that's how things have changed. Now, I'm not sure Merrill's made any improvement. There's now probably 2 people at Merrill that can do options in the whole country or something like that because they're not real smart. But
the other thing is, Joe, is none of us instructors here have really a background in investing. We've all learned this technique by both studying the material, practice trading, and just years of experience. But I'm an engineer. Randy's an engineer. We came in. We're not traders.
Yeah.
So you can do it.
And we have such a variety. I mean, Mike is a singer. What can you say? But when my dad started doing this 100 years ago, and I remember, he used to go down. I have a picture of him and Cezanne in front of a Merrill Lynch office in downtown Dallas, standing outside the door. You had to go down there. There'd be the brokers inside, and everybody was smoking, You go in there and you'd wait to see the broker, and he would get some guy to buy stock and sell a call. And that was it. He was through for the entire month because there was nothing else he could do because you didn't have access to any of the stuff that we're doing now. The internet didn't exist. And I remember when he first Radio Shack computer, he was so excited. He still couldn't do anything, but at least he had something. He put him in some spreadsheets or something. Look, I knew what the hell he was doing, and they still couldn't really do too much. So it's only been the last 10 years that all this stuff's evolved, and then the financial markets changed very, very slowly. And you can call if you call a broker today and say, "Hey, you want to trade options?" He's going to tell you, "Well, no, this is exactly what he's going to tell you." I advise against that. Our firm advises against that because what will happen is you'll buy a stock and you'll sell that option, and that stock will go up. Somebody else is going to get the profit on that stock. They say, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that. I want to get that profit." He totally neglects the fact that hey, you're making money, and you don't have to sell the stock. You're going to make money no matter what happens. So yeah, they still say that.
Joe, I want to mention being on this podcast is like a good luck charm for me. Last week, I mentioned that while we're on the podcast, I made a 16.7 trade. I just made a 16.4 on the podcast again.
Yeah.
So
but Tony, but you'll see, Tony, I was talking during your 16.7% return last week. You only made 16.4% when Joe was talking.
Well, what's interesting about that is I believe you were actually talking. This was a couple of minutes ago. So I think
there you go.
You didn't make any other trade.
Joe, we need Randy as our third on our morning webinars. It's official.
Yeah,
there you go.
These guys could be guests and come in and
Yeah.
They can start talking. We'll make trades and get a bunch of successful trades.
Oh man, let me tell you, Micah does the talking on that program. I mean, Tony does great. Tony has great trades. Micah talks and trades.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't have much chance to talk. Tony doesn't have much chance because we're listening to Micah. And Micah's just talking to the screen. He's the only guy I know that talks to the chart. The only person that talks to the chart. And he's got these little things he says. These little things, like he's got a little symbol or a little word for everything, you know. And sometimes he breaks into song about the chart. So.
And also, Joe mentioned that Tony's actually in the military, and he's still able to do these things.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I actually just got back from doing some PT with the platoon. That's why I was a little late. So that's yeah, anybody can do it. You just gotta take some time to learn it. So yeah.
Do you ever are you supposed to get transferred overseas or something? Like a war zone?
It's always a possibility. It just depends on, you know, what the command brings down, what the orders are out. We do have some orders, but I don't know when they're going to get pushed through or anything. So it is interesting.
Wow. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. Well, I was, and this is just totally selfishness. I was thinking, if in fact you did get assigned somewhere, you know, even temporary, whatever, and since you can trade from anywhere, if you guys had your morning session and you're in Afghanistan or somewhere and you do a trade, think of the national publicity we would get, like on CNBC. I mean, here's a guy trading from Afghanistan or, you know, from wherever.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, I'll do that. It might be like 1 o'clock Afghanistan time.
There you go.
But, hey, you can make money from anywhere, I guess.
There you go. Yeah. One time, Marcus, our engineer here, we were doing the radio show, and I was in Paris. And so I was in a hotel in Paris, you know, and my wife and I was kind of talking like how I felt like I was back in World War II, and they did that radio broadcasting, you know, and you had Edward R. Murrow, whoever that was, you had all the sounds. Where our ingenious engineer here came up with airplane sounds. It sounded, and static. It sounded like I was really in Paris in World War, you know, back during the 1942, you know, something like that. I thought that was pretty cool. So, and then he went into singing in a band. So, I mean, you never know what's going to happen to somebody. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything, gosh, we'll call it a day, I guess. If you want to check things out, go to our website, compoundearnings.com, and call in next week. So.
And Joe, you have your cow there behind you by the lamp. Did you mention your cow report?
Yep, I did mention the cow report and told everybody to go to our website, compoundstockearnings.com, sign up for the cow report. It's free, and it's got everything about CSE and also the website. On the website, you're going to be able to see everything we do. There's all kinds of you know detailed explanations of our seminars, what they cost, how to sign up, every single thing, and a lot of them are free. We do a lot of free things. So go to the compoundstockearnings.com, but particularly sign up for the cow report. It's been around a long time, and all these guys are contributors to it. And that little cow right there, that little cow is full of money. I don't know how much is in there, but it's a fat little cow. You can hardly pick it up, but it's been around so long, you know, and everybody that comes in here, I make them put money in there. So
that's the compounding effort, Joe.
That's right, the compounding. What I ought to do is get some kind of deal where every week we do this broadcast, that pig gets bigger, some kind of you know Photoshop thing, and it's right here behind me. It's huge, and that would point at compounding, pig compounding. Yep. Okay. Well, one thing about it, just remember Chick-fil-A. Just remember Chick-fil-A and that cow. So, okay, we'll see you guys. Thanks a whole lot. Appreciate it.
Have a good week,
hey,
everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Take care.